Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man. Now I want to welcome you to another edition of the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down. You can see the blue headphones, they're back, man. We've had quite a week with the headphones. So many good trailers have come out, man. I mean, we've gotten Black Widow, Mulan, No Time to Die, James Bond, Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds, Wonder Woman 1984, and now we got one more trailer we can add into that mix that might have the C-Man more excited than any other trailers we've caught this week. And you go, what? There's been so many trailers that you've been excited about. And yes, I'm very excited about all these. But this movie might have the key element of transporting me back to my childhood. And that always wins in any battle. You can take me back to when I was a kid. Oh, you can just have all my money. What am I talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, man? Take a seat. We're getting ready to take a look at the first official trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife. That's right, man. The Ghostbusters are back, and this time it feels like they're really back. Look, growing up, there were like 3 franchises that if they were on TV, you'd stop, you'd watch from whatever point it was to the end, man. It was Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, man. Those 3 franchises were everything when I was a little kid, man. If they were on, I was always watching because they were my into like the adult world. Like grown-ups watched those movies. Grown-ups laughed at those movies. They were things that weren't geared for little kids. They were made where a little kid could watch it, but they were made for adults. And that was kind of my in to like, more adult movies and action and comedy. And Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, man, they just became synonymous with comedy for me when I was little, man. And I loved those movies. And what was even more special about the Ghostbusters for me, more than any of the other franchises that I would watch as a kid, is the toys, man. I was born in 86, so 84 was the first one, 89 was the second one. I was in the prime time for toys, man, and the Ghostbusters, they got to play with all my buddies, man. They played with Batman, the Ninja Turtles, they'd go on adventures. My Ectomobile got bashed up bad, lost doors, because, you got to get the Turtles and Batman in and out of there fast when they're on these big team-ups, man. And that's, like, when it's ingrained in you like that, you have a certain expectation, and the idea... I grew up in the time of franchises, man. So it was always like, when's Ghostbusters 3 gonna come out? All the 90s. It was always, when are they gonna do it? And then you'd hear them talk about a little bit, when we started to get more into like social media and the internet, you'd hear, oh, maybe it's coming back. In the thousands, we were starting to get that. Harold Ramis passes away in 2014. And it kind of felt like the door was closed on the Ghostbusters, which is what led to that 2016 reboot, which I think is fine as a standalone film. But what Ghostbuster fans want is not a standalone new Ghostbusters franchise. They want something that is a sequel that's directly related to those original movies. And that's what we're getting here. And what's even better than that is you've got the actual spawn of director Ivan Reitman, who made the first movies, writing and directing this new movie, man. Jason Reitman is behind everything. And the other big thing that you need if you're going to do a Ghostbusters movie right is you need the Ghostbusters. And yes, you can't have Harold Ramis, but I think based on the plot description, I think they may have found a way to integrate him in a bigger, better way than just the bust he got in the 2016 version. But you got to have everybody else, man, and you do. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson are all back, reprising their roles as Peter Venkman, Raymond Stantz, and Winston Zeddemore. On top of that, you also got Sigourney Weaver and Annie Potts back. Unfortunately, no Rick Moranis, but hey, you got the main core back, and you got 2 of their best supporting actors back. That should get you really excited. And when you hear that Reitman's also added in Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and like everything nowadays, the kid is everywhere. I love Finn Wolfhard. McKenna Grace, who played young Carol Danvers in the Captain Marvel movie, and Carrie Coon, who will be playing their mom, moving to Somerville, Oklahoma, to inherit property from their late grandfather. And that is where I think the tide of Harold Ramis will come in. I think Egon Spengler will be the grandfather to that family, which would be dope. But what ends up happening is there's a series of unexplained earthquakes, and the children discover the family link to the original Ghostbusters. And the fact that their grandfather walked away from a legacy tied to the Ghostbusters. I'm telling you, man, I think it's going to be Egon Spengler. So that's all the things I think a Ghostbuster fan wants to hear if you're going to make a new Ghostbusters movie. And the key, having those original cast members around a real solid new cast, I think is what's going to make it work. And we finally got some images the other day, too. And we see Paul Rudd will also be in the movie, and he was holding a ghost trap. And I was like, oh, I got so excited. So look, man, I've been waxing poetic on Ghostbusters because I love this franchise. But it's time to stop talking and get to watching. So let's get our trusty little travel box up. All right, man, we are ready to get nice and small, so let's shrink it on down. We are tiny. The trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife is down below. Let's not waste any more time. Let's see what we're getting with this upcoming sequel to the original Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
Honestly, my mom
There he
won't
is,
say it,
Finn.
but we're completely broke. And the only thing that's left in our name is this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere. Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value?
Finn Wolfhard's getting so big. Uh-oh.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's green glow. Oh, that's a ghost. Yes. Oh,
Somehow,
dude, I'm telling you.
a town that isn't anywhere near a tectonic plate,
Alright.
that has no fault lines, no fracking, no loud music even, is shaking on a daily basis.
There's our scientist.
Hey, remember that one summer we died under a table?
I found this in my living room.
Oh, that's awesome.
Killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap?
Paul Rudd would know. I love it. Oh, that's amazing. So he's their teacher.
There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
New York,
Dude, what was
in the
moving
80s,
back there?
It's like The Walking Dead. Your dad never mentioned this to you?
Man,
It's just my mom.
that's amazing.
My grandfather died.
Dude.
My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of his life.
Look at that. Yeah, Paul
Who are
Rudd.
you?
Yes, let's go, Jason Reitman. I'm so excited.
Call it fate. Call it luck. Call it karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Come on, darling.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let's go. Oh, there it is, man. The Ectomobile.
It has a gunner seat?
Oh, Proton Blast. Let's go. Is that Slimer? Oh, that was Slimer. Is that who's it? Oh, I bet you Slimer's in that ghost trap. Oh, dude, come on. Come on, Jason Reitman. Oh, see, that's how you do it. You tell everybody that the original cast is in the movie, so you don't have to be thinking about it during the trailer. We don't have to see any of them. You can just stick with the new cast and just show you where this is building. And what it's building is, I think, something really, really nice, man. You see them coming back. The grandfather's house. All the original stuff is in there. I love that Paul Rudd said, wow, nice replica. Just like, replica of what? I love the fact that like they're playing with the idea that the Ghostbusters fell off the map and people don't really know them now because there's a generation of kids that don't know the real Ghostbusters. That's what this movie's got to introduce, man. When McGrenna Grace goes down into the basement, man, she finds the suits. Oh, dude. Like, that's what I want to see. And then to see Finn Wolfhard ripping the Ectomobile out of the garage, calling it darling. Just, oh, man, tearing through. And then I'm pretty sure I'm like, that was Slimer that came flying around when they had the proton. There it is. See there, and that is, oh, maybe it's not Slimer, but it could be a version of something like a Slimer. Maybe this version of Ghostbusters Slimer. It doesn't look like the actual one, but it could be maybe their ghost that kind of hangs around with them. But I mean, dude, getting to see that. Oh God, one, I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is a great like male lead to insert in there. You know, he looks like he's some sort of a scientist, but must also be teaching science at the school. And he's the one that knows Ghostbusters, like introducing them. Like, oh man, it's like The Walking Dead. Like, those are the things, man, that tell me that Jason Reitman is doing the right stuff. The teaser doesn't give away too much. Certainly sets the movie up really, really well. Like, you definitely know where we're going, what's happening, and why, at least, we're playing with Ghostbusters stuff. I think there's plenty of surprises in there that we don't get to see. I think, you know, as we get closer to next summer, we'll see more. But that was definitely the right foot to start on, man. I think that this is a movie that, like, unlike the last one, I think you had a lot of people not getting psyched for it. This one, you should be getting psyched for it, dude. I think Jason Reitman is the right guy to bring this franchise back, and I cannot wait for the summer to check this one out. But the question is, can you? Could you wait the 10 plus minutes for the Seaman to talk about Ghostbusters and then watch the trailer before you finally talk? I'm sorry. I apologize, but I love me some Ghostbusters, dude. And there's so much in there that was nice to see. So the question is, what are you thinking, man? Are you a fan of the Ghostbusters? Did you grow up like myself with the Ghostbusters? Are you unfamiliar with the Ghostbusters? Is this really your first real entry into that original part of the series? What are you liking or not liking? Like I said, if you're an old school fan, what was getting you to go, oh man, you know, or if you're someone who's new, like, what are you interested in watching this trailer? Is this something that hooks you? That's a good question. If you're not familiar with the Ghostbusters and you watch this trailer hook you to go see that movie? Old school Ghostbusters fan, I'm hooked. I'm ready to go. But if you're not an old school Ghostbusters fan, does this get the job done? Does it get you interested in the movie? I hope so, man. I hope this movie does really well, because I would love to see the Ghostbusters come back around. And like I said, the little team they're building here with Finn Wolfhard, Carrie Coon, McKenna Grace, and Paul Rudd is one that could be a lot of fun and could be fun to come back around to. So I hope this does really well. And just for Ghostbusters' sake, I hope this does really well and meets what we all have in our heads, even if it's not what we think it's gonna be. Anyway, I'm digging it. I hope you're digging it. If you're not, if you are, leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the Seaman as we approach Ghostbusters, there's only one thing to do. You gotta come join the Cinema Sit-Down Squad. And to do that, you can jump over there, hit that subscribe button. I'll pop up in your feed. If you hit that little bell that follows, you'll get alerts every time I make a new video. For the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down, I am the Seaman, and I'm signing off. Peace. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Something oh man, it's like a good music too, man. In the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I'm telling you, dude, it's genetically coded into my body. I love me some Ghostbusters. I had to give you a little taste of the old theme. And now for real, I'm out, man. Peace. Well, if you aren't still here looking for something else to check out that's Seaman related, why don't you check out a video like this guy or this guy? And if you really want to help the Seaman out in year 2, hit that subscribe button and come join the Cinema Sit-Down Squad, kids. You know what to do. See ya.